Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, man, I'm getting my chill on y'all, but I want to say this real quick, right? We're gonna talk a little heavyweight real quick. In the heavyweight division, the main man is Alexander Usyk, no doubt about it. The question is, who he gonna fight next, if he gonna fight next. And, we talking this and we talking that. Who deserves the fight? My man, I rode with Joe. Joseph Parker deserves the fight. But the other guy that deserves the fight is Agit Kabayel, right? Let's not forget Agit Kabayel, man. That win over Makhmudov, Frank Sanchez. And then to stop Shilai Shang with a body blow, get a man some love, right? Then he beat Chizura too. So you can't hate on your boy Agit Kabayel. Agit Kabayel deserves a fight just like Joseph Parker does, right? So let's give him some love, right? The thing is, Agit Kabayel put his hat in the mix by saying, look, we both undefeated. Good damn point. Ain't too many people in the top 10 that's undefeated, right? If you're looking at that top 10, Tyson Fury ain't undefeated. Anthony Joshua ain't undefeated. Joseph Parker ain't undefeated. Donnie Dubois ain't undefeated. F.A. Yagba ain't undefeated. Barkoli ain't undefeated. Shilai Shang ain't undefeated. Felix Herkovich ain't undefeated. Agit Kabayel's the last one. So his point is, hey, man, let me get it. The battle of the undefeateds. Good point, right? Now, let me tell y'all what I think is the best scenario, right? Seeing as though I done told y'all on several occasions, Alexander Usyk ain't got to fight a damn person. He ain't got to do nothing else. There's nothing else to really prove. You hear a few people say, well, he would be nice if he beats this guy or that guy. You hear the name, he should beat Joseph Parker to really prove if he's the best. He should beat Deontay Wilder. You hear that, to prove that he's the best. Now he ain't got to beat them to prove that he's the best, right? He ain't. And I roll with Joseph Parker and Deontay Wilder hard till the wheel falls off, right? But I'm just going to be objective. He ain't got to beat them to prove nothing till they do something extraordinary. Now, Joseph Parker's on a run, right? But I still would say the best case scenario, right? Because we don't like to cancel people out. I don't want to hear nothing about, well, let Joseph Parker fight Agit Kabayel and the winner gets Alexander Usyk. The reason why I don't like that idea is because Joseph Parker and Agit Kabayel deserves the shot. Joseph Parker and Agit Kabayel deserves a shot at the title. So the only thing that I could see is if Usyk vacates all the belts because he don't need them, and Agit Kabayel picks up a belt, and then Joseph Parker picks up the belt so they can say that they were champions. Agit Kabayel can say, I'm a champion, damn it. And then Joseph Parker can say, damn, I'm a two-time champion. So they can get some legacy. It's about their legacy. Then, if they're both champions and they fight in a unification fight, right? Fight is a unification fight. And then they unify the titles, then they can fight each other. And then the winner comes on and fight Usyk, and Usyk just sit on the sideline until. That scenario, I would have no problem with it. If Alexander Usyk sits out, Agit Kabayel and Joseph Parker fight each other as champions to unify, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I'll give you an example of how I was rolling. Same thing is happening. I didn't like that David Morrell and David Benavidez didn't get a chance to fight for unified championship in the super middleweight division because they let Canelo hold the damn belts. They should have stripped Canelo. If you stand above the belt, you're the face of boxing, then you don't need them. But these guys should get some legacy before they have to move up to a different weight class and they was never able to fight for the damn championship. WBC should have said, we're giving it to Benavidez, get the hell out the way because you don't want to fight him. You basically ducked him, and I don't like to use duck, but damn it, if we can't use duck by Canelo and Benavidez, then we don't never use it. That's ducking. I hate to say that. I like to say avoiding, but Canelo ducked Benavidez. And Morrell as well. 2 years as a mandatory is enough, right? And then, they're awesome. Their fight should have been for unification in the 168-pound division. Maybe even undisputed. But that's not the case. So they had to go up to the next division, and we let that just happen. So I'm not down with that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like those kind of things. Or back in the day when Canelo again, when he didn't want to fight Demetrius Andrade, or Jamal Charlo. We let them, people talking about they should fight. My point would be only is if they could have fought for undisputed, then they could have fought. But not just fight because Canelo don't want to fight him. That's not good enough. So at the end of the day, if Usyk just says, look, I ain't fighting nobody right now, period. I'm chilling. Get stripped of the belt or just relinquishes the belt and your boys get it. Joseph Parker and the other guy and Agit Kabayel, they get the belts. If they do that and they're champions, then they can unify and then the winner fights Alexander Usyk. That's how that scenario would be a great scenario. If not, I'm going to go with they both deserve a championship fight with Usyk. All right? Y'all getting that? Remember, Agit Kabayel versus Joseph Parker only if they're unifying the division and they're both champions. Then we can dance. Doma Sports Talk worldwide. And I'm out of here, y'all.